Hopefully you can hear me okay. Teresa, will you just send me a text that you can hear me okay? Oh gosh, because the worst thing is to, yeah, not have you be able to hear me. Okay, so I think we're good. So I'm so excited to be here, and I just want to take a moment to arrive. That's why the music is so nice, because we can just unwind a little bit, right? Let's just roll our shoulders and get present, even though we're supposed to still be sheltering in place. I know it's still, life is busy. Life is still really busy. Life is still kind of crazy around here. We've got a lot of fires happening. So we had crazy thunder and lightning on Saturday night, and then which is really unusual for us. And now we've got some pretty crazy fires, and we woke up this morning with ashes all over our yards. So it was pretty wild. And I just want to send love out there to anyone who is really going through any sort of crazy stuff right now. There are hurricanes happening. There's a lot going on. So I just want to send some love out to all of you who are having to deal with some extra stuff right now. That's why this community is so amazing. So we can come together here and really support each other in a super powerful way. And I want to talk about that because today's topic is all about how to rock your hormones in 15 days. And one of the things that I see is that we're very, very focused on measuring our sex hormones. So progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, right? And sometimes DHEA. So we're very, very focused on measuring those. And if they're not right, or if they don't, come within range on our blood work, we freak out, right? Look at how many of us have posted here about our numbers that are outside of where they're supposed to be. They're either too low or they're too high. And then we get really upset about it. And we want to know, how can we fix that? So I'm going to share with you how we can fix that today. Is that great? Yes. All right. And I'd like to hear from you. Like, where are you joining in from? This is a worldwide group. There are women from all over the world in this group. It's so amazing. So I'd love to hear where you're joining in from. And if you have experienced what I just was talking about, where, your doctor has said, oh, your progesterone is too low, or your estrogen is too high, or your testosterone is too high, or your FSH is too low, or your LH is too high. If you've experienced this, please post in the comment right here what you've been told, right? I'd love to hear from you, like what you've been told. Whew, just breathe into that for a moment. Just kind of let that tension go. Because so many of us are told things that are not very supportive. It's like, oh yeah, this is completely out of balance. And then you take it to heart and you're like, oh shoot, okay, well, now what, right? Now what do I do? But we're not given that information on what to do. So it's very frustrating. Yeah. Whew, it's very frustrating. One other thing I'd like to hear from you is, and one thing that's really, really, really important is, what are your symptoms? So hold on just one moment. I'm just thinking of closing down this. And before I close this down, so you think about like what your 3 major health symptoms are that you want to heal completely. So think about that, post it when you're ready. And then I want to just give a shout out to the ladies who are here. Sarah from Texas, that's so awesome. And let's see. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to those ladies who said, yes, like I really want this training, because there are a lot of you. So Heidi, Aja, I'm just going to read all of them. Tanya, Cheryl, Dawn, Beth, Sharon, Alexandra, Laura, Amanda, Swati, Sophia, Sina, Farishte, Lacey, Ruth, Laura, Lillian, Heather, Anne Marie, Charlene, Larissa, Irene, Dawn, Katie, Sandra, Amber, Cara, Terry, Joni, Mariah, Jen, Ann, Samantha, Deborah, Renee, Christy, Karina, Kay, Lizbeth, Sais, Lisa, Ava, Jilly, Olga, Trena, Gina, Sophia, Allison, Kelly, Hannah, Kay, and again, Heidi and Aja. Oh my gosh, I just want to give you a shout out for saying yes to yourself, because that's what you have to say in order to keep moving your health in the direction of where you want to go. So yay for you ladies for saying yes. And yay for you ladies who are here. That's amazing, right? Because that's how we see change. That's how we see some change. So now I'm going to close, close my browser so that there's no delay. All right, I noticed that the light keeps shifting and I'm not sure why that happens, but hopefully it's not driving you crazy. So let's talk about hormones for a minute. So your symptoms, what I want you to take away from this short class today is that your symptoms are way more important than numbers on a lab test. And that's because, let me give you a for instance. So when women are postmenopausal, they have very low hormones, very low sex hormones, so very low estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone in general, unless you're taking hormone replacement therapy or doing hormone replacement therapy. And many women postmenopausal feel just fine. Okay, they feel just fine. So that is a really good example of where you can have hormones that are really not within range, but you can still feel fine. And same thing with thyroid function. So our metabolism is regulated by our thyroid, right? Let's give some love to our thyroid right now. Oh, singing like we were doing at the beginning really helps with thyroid function. Singing, gargling really helps. And what's so interesting about that is that your thyroid numbers, and this has probably happened to you, I'd like to hear from you if it has, just give me a thumbs up. Your thyroid numbers might look perfectly fine on your blood work. In fact, your doctor has probably told you exactly that, right? Your thyroid numbers look fine, but you don't feel like your thyroid numbers or like your thyroid is functioning optimally. Has that happened for you? Yeah, it's definitely happened for me. And I didn't know that it was my thyroid until I started digging in to some not so traditional thyroid symptoms. And that's for a whole other training, but thyroid is responsible for pretty much thyroid hormone. A lot of things that happen in the body, right? We have thyroid hormone receptors practically on every cell of the body, everywhere, because it runs our entire metabolism, right? Our health relies on our thyroid. The functioning of every cell relies on thyroid hormone. So that's a problem when your numbers are within the laboratory reference ranges, but you're not feeling fine, right? Would you agree? Yeah, it's a big problem. So it's the same thing with our sex hormones. It's the same thing with our thyroid. And you're thinking, what the heck? You know, my thyroid is not functioning properly, but my doctor says I'm fine and there's nothing I can do about it. And I just feel like I'm stuck. And that is the same if we're suffering from infertility, right? Many women with symptoms of PCOS, they're told, oh, you'll never have kids, right? You might have an irregular menstrual cycle. You might not ovulate. And so the doctor starts looking at your FSH, your LH, your testosterone, maybe, right? Starts looking at some of these things and your progesterone and says, oh, you know, your hormones are all out of whack, right? This is too high. This is too low. And you're like, okay. And then you freak out because you want to start a family, but you don't know where to begin because the doctor doesn't say, well, you need to do this or you need to do that, right? So So we've looked at, our sex hormones, we've looked at thyroid function, weight, right? When it comes to, so many of us want to release some pounds, right? We're dying to release some pounds. We're doing every single diet we know of to release weight, and we can't. So we're blaming our thyroid. We're blaming, our sluggish metabolism. We're blaming a lot of things, and we're dieting and we're over exercising, trying to fix the problem. And I know, because I did that for decades and it never fixed the problem. So what I want to invite you to think about with these hormone dilemmas is that it's really about your symptoms. It's all about your symptoms, because let me ask you a really powerful question here. Are you ready? If you felt well, if you felt good, would you be worrying about where your hormones were? Like, would you even care if your estrogen was too high? Would you even care if your progesterone was too low? Would you even care if your thyroid numbers were out of line? Would you even think about testing those numbers? No, you wouldn't. We don't worry about our health at all when we're feeling fine. Well, maybe I think about it because I think I want to stay feeling fine, but I'm not obsessing over my numbers because I'm feeling good. So that's where I want to get you. Okay. That's where I want to get you. And I'm going to share a little bit about the 15-day hormone reset right now, because it's all about helping you to feel so much better. To feel so much better, because tracking our numbers on blood work is not working. I have clients who were told they'd never have a baby, and they got pregnant, no problem, and have a family, right? I have women post-menopause who, felt like crap, right? It's the old FLC. And without doing anything with hormones, just changed some of the very basic things that we do every day, and they felt fantastic, right? So right now, what I want to share with you is this. I want to share with you a couple of things, but I'm going to start here. So the 15-day hormone reset is really about balancing these hormones: progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, insulin, and thyroid. 6 different hormones that are really, really important for how we feel, right? And those are the hormones, actually, it's thyroid, progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone that we're usually most worried about. And in reality, it's the insulin and cortisol hormones that are most important to pay attention to. And you may think, oh my gosh, this is getting so technical. But what's really cool is that when you pay attention to your insulin and your stress hormone cortisol, so insulin is that hormone that your pancreas produces that helps to get blood sugar into your cells to burn for fuel. It's like the key. Insulin is the key, right? That helps our metabolism run better, more efficiently. And cortisol is our stress hormone. It's our fight or flight hormone. It's our daytime hormone that gives us really good energy. But if we're stressed all the time, and then insulin comes up, then we become more insulin resistant, and then things go sideways, which means we don't make any of our sex hormones. If insulin is elevated in our bloodstream and cortisol is elevated because we're chronically stressed out for whatever reason, then guess what happens? We don't make estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, except for sometimes we might make a little bit excess testosterone if we have insulin resistance. So elevated insulin over time can increase androgen levels and force the metabolism of those androgens, we could call them testosterone for now, down a more potent pathway that causes acne, hair loss, and hirsutism, that dark, coarse hair growth. So things just go completely downhill, not even sideways, downhill when our cortisol and insulin are chronically elevated. So with the 15-day hormone reset, we focus on those things that help to balance insulin and cortisol. And that in turn helps us to build progesterone, to balance progesterone and estrogen, to metabolize testosterone in a healthier way. And it's incredible because at the beginning of the 15-day hormone reset, we take a complete hormone assessment. So you'll get to see all of the different hormones, what their symptoms are, and some have similar symptoms. And then you give yourself a score. And those symptoms, again, are way more important than any blood testing or any testing you could ever do, because how you feel is more important than any test. Now, the testing gives you some objective information on how to take action, but you know what's really cool? This is so cool, is that you have control over all of it. So you are the magic. That's why that song is so great, right? You are the magic. Because it's how you take care of yourself that impacts your estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, FSH, and LH, right? And thyroid. So it's how you take care of yourself. It's what you eat. I'm going to show you in just a second here all the different factors that play in to balancing your hormones. Are you ready? Yes. So while I'm bringing up this next slide, I'd love for you to share with me an aha that you've gotten so far. Just put my aha is. You had an aha yet? Because I want more than anything for you to feel fabulous, for you to figure out how to get your hormones balanced so that you can feel fabulous. And it's in your hands. It's in your hands, sister. You are the CEO of your health. Nobody else can help you with this. No doctor, no friend, right? Except for encouragement, because it's how you take care of yourself that has the biggest impact on your hormone balance and how you feel. Isn't that awesome? So awesome. Okay, so let me bring something up here. See if I can find it. Here it is. So I'm going to share my screen. So these are all the things that have a really big impact on your hormones. There are 15 of them, 10, 5, 15 things that we do during the 15-day hormone reset that have the biggest impact on your hormones. So I picked them. One thing that's not in here are toxins, but we actually talk about those in every aspect, each of the 15 days, because each of them have a toxic side, right? And it's those toxins that we have to release if our body is going to stay balanced, because toxins are constant stress. So let's take a look at the 15 days. So I don't tell you where we're starting, but we address pleasure because pleasure helps to balance our hormones. We address cravings because we know that those cravings are a huge underlying stressor for our bodies. And it's so amazing. I have like pages of testimonials from the first 15-day hormone reset, and cravings go away like that when you take care of yourself in the right way. Food and nourishment. What does that look like if you're not dieting? How can you actually eat in a way that balances your hormones? Well, I teach you how to do it. So one thing that's really cool about this program is there is no dieting allowed. And women lost hundreds of pounds over 15 days, right? As a collective, we lost hundreds of pounds without dieting. Isn't that amazing? Without dieting and without over exercising. And they ate more than they ever had and felt better. How cool is that? It's so cool. We have been dieting and over exercising for far too long. And now we need to take back our dignity, our self-esteem, and stop that vicious cycle. And we do that in the 15 days. And then I teach you about why your AM routine in the morning is so important. You're going to love it. And how it actually sets your cortisol balance for the rest of the day, sets your circadian rhythm. And then we talk about vitamins, right? Those nutrients that we need to replenish our bodies so our bodies can function properly. It's awesome, right? And then digestion, how digestion is so important, and just some simple steps you can do to improve your digestion over 15 days that will make such a huge difference, because so many of us have digestive problems. And then we talk about what's between our ears, right? Our mind, and how that can sabotage us, or how our mind can really support us, and how to stay more in the inspired, motivated place more of the time so that we can do this beautiful work. And then how sleep plays a huge role in insulin, cortisol, and all of your sex hormones, and how you can get more of it, right? Sleep is the new sex. I love this. Sleep is the new sex. Everybody's talking about how we're not getting enough, right? Everyone's talking about how we're not getting enough. And it's so true. We need way more than we think we do. And I'm going to share all about how sleep is the elixir for feeling fabulous. And then at the very end, I talk about next steps. And then I share about intimacy and how we can get back to intimacy, and how we can really support our pelvic floor to be much healthier. So one woman in the 15-day hormone reset actually complete her urinary incontinence that she had had for 3 years completely gone. And I will show you how you can do that. Amazing, right? Totally doable. And it's not about doing Kegels. It's about hormonal balance on your pelvic floor. Makes all the difference, ladies. And urinary incontinence, oh my gosh, let's talk about it. It's so common and we suffer in silence. Crazy, right? Let's stop doing that. Let's support each other to heal these things, because we totally can do it. And then we talk about relationships and how to get those we love on our side, and how to just show up better in relationships in general, and why they can sabotage our hormones. It's really awesome. And then our evening routine, our PM routine, why that's so important and how it balances our hormones. And then I'm going to share some really cool hormone elixirs with you, some little drinks that we can make, some things we can use that can help to balance our hormones. And then I'm going to talk about exercise, movement, and how we need to shift our movement based on the hormonal response of our body. And it's unique for each woman. Isn't that crazy? Some movement might be really supportive for some women, and some movement might not be. So we've got to figure out what movement is just right for you and your hormone balance, and we'll figure that out. And then we talk about why it's important every day to do some calm, some soothing, some restoring, and what that looks like and how we do that, so that we can get back into our bodies and really nourish ourselves so that our hormones can be balanced, right? So it's a very simple process, and I don't have a slide to show you. I'm just wondering if I can draw it on here. Let me draw something for you real quick. So we have a hormone called pregnenolone. I'm not going to be able to draw it fast enough. So So there's cholesterol is the mother of all of our steroid hormones. Isn't that so cool? So we do not want our cholesterol to get too low because we need that cholesterol to make our beautiful steroid hormones. And sometimes when our cholesterol elevates, it can be because of a sluggish thyroid. So that's for another conversation, but we have cholesterol, and cholesterol makes pregnenolone, and pregnenolone can go to make all of our sex hormones, or it can go to make progesterone, or it can go to make cortisol. So look at it this way. If we're constantly stressed out for whatever reason, so there's a really cool handout in this group called the top 10 things that throw off your hormone balance. And we're going to address all of them in the 15-day hormone reset. So what happens is if you've got these underlying stressors that are happening all the time, or you're just too darn busy, or whatever the stressors are for you, you're going to use that pregnenolone to make cortisol over and over and over and over again. And you're not going to be using it to make progesterone. So you're going to be really deficient in progesterone. And you'll see on the hormone assessment what those symptoms of low progesterone are. In fact, you probably already know many of them because you're experiencing them. So we've got to get a handle on insulin and cortisol. And most of us don't even know what our fasting insulin number is because our doctors just don't test for it anymore. So let's do this, right? Let's do this. Teresa's going to post the link for the 15-day hormone reset. It's coming up September 14th, and you can register now. So we're in the pre-event registration phase this week. We did not plan on opening up our doors this week, but we decided to anyway. And just for this week, you can get it for $15, $1 a day. Crazy, right? $1 a day. Last time we had over 700 women in the program. Wow. It was amazing. And it was a complete love fest. So if you are in this beautiful group, this beautiful natural solutions for hormone balance group, it's a no-brainer, sister. You've got to join. We've done everything we can to make it a no-brainer. And if you're listening to this video after this week, right? So today's the 20th, 1st, 22nd, 23rd. The price goes up after the 23rd, but it only goes up to $25. But then after then, it goes up more. So the sooner you jump in, the cheaper it's going to be. We're encouraging you to say yes to yourself right now. And let me tell you about a few gals who shared their journey with us. So there were some incredible transformations in 15 days. One of the reasons why it's so powerful is because we're on purpose for 15 days. We're on purpose for 15 days. And we can do anything for 2 weeks. Anything. And like I say, you're going to eat better than you have in a long time. You're going to get really clear on what things mess up your hormones and what things promote hormone balance. And just with that knowledge alone, you're going to see some crazy, amazing results. And you're no longer going to be focused on those numbers that your doctor gives you. When you say, my FSH is too high, how do I have a baby with this? Because you're going to get a handle on the foundational, I call them the big hormones, insulin and cortisol, so that your other hormones are more balanced. It's incredible how it works. Absolutely incredible. And I'll also show you how you can get some good nutrients for the program if you want to do that, but it's not required at all. And so let me just share with you a few of the testimonials from the last one. So my period came early yesterday with no warning. Can you imagine getting a period with no warning? And guess what? I've had no PMDD symptoms, so no, really crazy PMS symptoms since starting the program 10 days ago. I've also had no cramps this cycle, and my skin looks and feels amazing, like I'm aging in reverse. Yes, right? We can grow younger no matter what our age. You weren't kidding that hormones can reset quickly with your program. Robin, I'm a believer and I'm so grateful. And that's from Kalia. And what I haven't shared yet is that in just 3 days, we can reset a metabolic hormone. So with progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, thyroid, cortisol, insulin, the 6 hormones that we're focusing on, we can reset them in 3 days. And I'm going to show you why that is. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. Like we think, oh, this is going to take forever. It doesn't. One woman posted that she and her husband had not been using birth control for 5 years. And at the end of this program, she got pregnant. They weren't trying to get pregnant, but her body had balanced so much in such a short period of time that she conceived. So she now is on her way to a beautiful, beautiful baby. She didn't send in that testimonial. She just posted it. So crazy things happen during this program. Now, if you're not expecting to get pregnant, make sure that you use birth control, or if you're postmenopausal, you don't have to worry about it. But your body can get really balanced in a short period of time. So let me share another one. I cannot thank Robin and her team enough for the 15-day hormone reset course. I've struggled with hormonal issues since puberty, acne, hirsutism, endometriosis, PMS, anxiety, PND, weight gain, hair loss, and more. After years of struggle, I finally found a program that combines all components needed to heal my hormones permanently. Small, daily, maintainable steps that can be sustained long-term, right? This is a sustainable program where you can take everything that you've learned and keep it going forever. That addresses mental, emotional, physical, and relational health. I've already seen changes in my skin tone and texture, my energy levels, a reduction in PMS, weight loss, but most of all, a change in my mindset. I've not felt positive and hopeful for weeks on end like this in years. Thank you, Robin. Through your knowledge, enthusiasm, and support, you set me up for success on my healing journey. Forever grateful, Ilda. Thank you so much, Ilda, for your beautiful words, and both for you, Kalia, and Ilda, for being so vulnerable, right? And sharing where you've been and how amazing the program was for you. And it's amazing because these ladies actually followed my suggestions, right? You can't just show up and have miracles happen. You have to do the work. So when we knock on the door of vibrant, sexy, amazing health, guess who answers? Hard work, right? We have to do the work, but it's going to be so much more pleasurable than it's ever been. So much more fun because I keep things simple, fun, and pleasurable. That's how I roll. And we get results that way. And then we love our lives, right? Okay, I'm going to find one more, except I've got a lot of them here. I lost 15 pounds and 22 inches, even though I wasn't focused on losing weight, which is exactly what we talk about. Let's get healthy to lose weight. We cannot lose weight to get healthy, okay? We have to get healthy to lose weight. Well, just by following my suggestions, she lost 15 pounds and 22 inches. I just wanted to get healthy and get my hormones back in balance. I'm loving my new, healthier life, okay? And that's from Jenny. Amazing, right? And oh my gosh, there are so many good ones. Okay, so here's one on the hormone assessment. So there were amazing before and after scores on the hormone assessment, and that's why you take it. And there's no judgment around what your starting score is at all. Absolutely no judgment, because for some of us, it's going to be super high, right? We're really out of balance, and that's fine. That's why you're here. So Sarah says, participating in Robin's 15-day hormone reset was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It provided me with the tools needed to learn how to take charge of my health and really begin the art of self-care. I love that, the art of self-care. That's so beautiful. In order to better balance my hormones. I've always known how important that was, but Robin really helped me figure out what that looks like for me. So grateful for her. My hormone assessment score before was 49, and it was 11 after the program. Woohoo! And that's from Sarah. So awesome. And again, I have the the testimonials are endless. The results were crazy amazing. And the community was so incredibly loving and supportive. Like that to me was the best part of the 15-day hormone reset overall. And Teresa is on supporting you today, and she was part of it last time too. And I know she feels the same way. It was absolutely incredible. It's just a love fest. Like every day we showed up there for 15 days, and there was so much love in the room, right, in our sisterhood, that it was incredible. So I hope that you will jump in with like no apprehension at all, because it's like the best program ever for $1 a day, right? For 2 cafe lattes, you can have a life-changing experience. Let's do this, sister. All right, so I want to know if you're in. Let me know that you've joined. Oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun. And you also have an opportunity to buy the lifetime access package for super cheap. So, you know, if you're thinking, gosh, I can't show up every single day, or I don't know if I can keep up, then just purchase the lifetime access package and you'll have it forever. And you can download the materials, watch them. There are gals doing that right now, and they're going to join into this new one as well. So it's incredibly profound. It's going to clear so many questions up for you, and you're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel so empowered. You're like, shoot, I wish I had known this, 20 years ago. Even if you're only 30, you're going to wish you knew this when you were 10. Because we've suffered for so many years, and there's no reason. We can totally do this. We can totally do this. All right. So I'm sending you so much love. And I want you to wait on inviting your friends, because we have a bring a friend contest that we're going to launch in the next couple of days. We're just working out the technology part, and we have some awesome prizes for you. So right now, if you're in the Natural Solutions for Hormone Balance Sisterhood, I want you to sign up. And then I will show you how you can invite your girlfriends and be part of our crazy, amazing contest. All right, I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to seeing you inside the incredible 15-day hormone reset program. All right, bye for now. Mwah.